this is Tracey from Lavinia Stamps. We're going to be using our multifarious 6x6 card, and we're going to be using our masks, the positive and the negative of a circle that I've cut out using a hole cutter. So we're using these just to create a focal point of the card. So starting with this one, I'm going to pop that down, and then I'm going to use Twisted Citron. So inking up, it's quite a nice light colour this, so you don't need to take too much off this one. Lighter colours are much easier to blend, and it's always worth bearing that in mind sometimes if you want to build up depth. Start with your lighter colours first and then bring in your darker colours, and they're much easier to blend. Okay, so let's pop the lid on that and let's move on to iced spruce. So keeping our mask in place, I'm just going to add the other colour. So working your way around, nearly there. So therapeutic. You just craft away in your own little world, and it's always one of the best places to be, I think. Okay, so let's take that off. And now I'm going to fill in that area in the middle here, going back to the Twisted Citron. And I'm going to work my way around the edge. And just bring it in very gradually. So you're keeping quite a nice lighter area in the middle. Okay, so we've got the base of it now. We're going to, what we're going to do, we're going to work with the outside first, I think. So bobbing that back down again. Just pop the lids back on those. And I'm going to use our Rainforest and Twilight for these. So I've got one of my fern branches here. So let's just pop that on, and then picking up the Rainforest, I'm going to ink that up. I'm going to stamp off. In fact, I don't want all of that, I just want part of it. Because I just want it to be very faint, going around the edge. There we go. So actually I'm just inking up that top bit. So stamp off. Okay, and now moving on to one of our mini stamps. This is our mini holly. So I'm going to bob that down onto our small Perspex block, And then I'm going to ink up again in the rainforest. And I'm just going to work my way around the edge. Okay, and now I'm going to use one of our little tiny berries. I think this comes in a set actually, but any of the mini berries that we sell are absolutely fine. I'm just going to pop, this is now in the black, this one. So what you're doing is just building up that outer edge with lots of foliage and things. Now I'm going to ink up our very, very small berry. And this time I'm going to ink up in Glamorous. Now it's going to be very, very bright. So I'm going to ink up Take Off and then Stamp. Just try one or two without taking off. It's not too bad actually, it's not too bright. So we'll just do a bit of both actually. Okay, let's see what this looks like now. That looks quite good. I'm quite pleased with that. Okay, so now we need to think about the center. This is our spiral of spells. Okay, so inking up that spiral of spells, I'm going to take that first impression off, and then let's just pop that down as central as you can get that. And there we go. Let's just bob a fairy down in the middle. Now we're going to ink up in the twilight. Make sure she's completely covered. And we're going to pop her down in the middle there. So give that a good press, let her rest on the card for a while. And there she is. Okay, so we need to ground her a little. So I've got some torn paper here. So I'm just going to go right on the edge of where her feet and her hand is, just so it's showing, and I'm inking up in the twilight. Okay, so I'm going to colour these berries in now. Maybe I will use one of our glossy pens. Let's just give it a try. This is our red glossy pen. It's kind of like a glaze. But do you know what? You could paint them white if you wanted to. It's entirely up to you what colours you would prefer. Berries don't have to be red. You know, this whole scene is based on green and red, but it would be just as nice even in blues. So this is our last one. Okay, so again I think I'm just going to add a little bit of water to the edge so it's not as harsh. Let that dry a little. And you can see, well I can see that colour is just pulling out again. So grabbing some kitchen towel, I'm just going to take that off now. I do like that effect. And I think we're going to dot some liquid pearls on this one. I'm just going to add just a little bit of glitter, so it will stick to some of the liquid pearls, but I don't want it to be too overpowering, so just a tiny bit will do the job. And there we go. So again, it's just a different way of creating your winter scenes, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it inspired you. I know I enjoyed making it, so thanks guys, you take care, bye for now.